What's up, guys? We're gonna have a Gnar versus Hecarim matchup here. Already from the start, when you think of Gnar, you should be thinking of a few things. First, we'll go with squishy, very squishy. Risky to play in the early game against someone with a gap closer, such as Hecarim, Riven, Renekton, Aurelia. Pretty risky to play. Next thing you would think of is Gnar. Best scaling champion in the game, or strongest. And then in comparison to some of you that didn't know, Gnar has the lowest base stats in the entire game, which is why he's such a risk to play in the top lane. Now, you start off with a Dorn Shield and a pot. I put my runes and masteries in the subscription, by the way, and in the description, and from there you can see what I do and what I build so that I can take a camp level 1. Diana was nice enough to go ahead and give me a leash. I'm not going to fast forward it just yet. I'm going to say a couple more things. Doing the camp level 1 is Gnar. You have to start off with your W to do that 3 proc. That's what, and deal the extra magic damage. That's what makes it so strong. Anyways, typically what you want to do, and you got to keep in mind that Hecarim has Ignite, so it's going to be really hard for you to deal with if he does manage to stick to you. A few things you need to know is you need to properly kite back Hecarim as a mini Gnar. It should be easy to do with your Q and your hop, but some people kind of underestimate Hecarim's sticking power with his E. So it's alright. So you got to keep that in mind. And I can show you things that I do correctly and even incorrectly because I think I mess up a few times here. But again, taking the camp level 1, take the big wolf first. And you pop your pot. I popped my pot. I didn't have to, as you can see, but I popped it anyway, just to be safe. Flex, why take... no, why are you taking wolves level 1? No, I just wanted to throw that in there. Just wanted to do it. I don't really like Gnar's level 1. It's pretty weak. The boomerang doesn't do much damage. His auto attacks don't do too much damage with only 60 AD. It's kind of hard with like less than 60 AD, so it's kind of hard to like farm it up. Alright, so get the 5 pots afterwards and TP back into lane. Alright, so I do have experience advantage because he didn't shove the lane up quick enough. I CS extremely poorly. Like, that's one of the things, if you want to climb, learn how to CS under tower. Like, it's really tough to do. Like, when with me and like mini Gnar, it's actually not that hard to do, but I just suck at it with Gnar. Again, really easy to farm with Gnar after you hit level 2 because of your passive. Usually you just want to 3 proc the minions instead of last hitting. Because Hecarim is going to shove. That's what he does. I missed the cannon there to land the Q. Definitely not worth. I am level 3 and he's level 2. And I am Mega Gnar, so I'm going to go a little bit aggressive onto him. When you throw the house like that, you have to go pick it back up as if it's a boomerang. That's the one thing you have to keep in mind. So if you turn into mini Gnar as you throw your house, you gotta go pick it up for it to go back on cooldown. But again, I got a little too close to Hecarim there. I did land some moderate damage to him, but again, wasn't the best. Alright, so I should be popping a pot here. As Gnar, you typically don't want to be below 70% health as mini Gnar. Mega Gnar, it's not important. It's no big deal, but as mini, yeah. Throw it in before anything. I do get camped really hard here. Like, this dude camps me like crazy. So we're gonna keep the blue. We're gonna keep the Fog of War up. I flash here just to be safe. I don't want to get caught up. I didn't have my E. It was on cooldown. But yeah, it sucks. I'm gonna get camped pretty hard here. So I know Nautilus is still here. I got double buff Zac. Nautilus doesn't have a red buff, so we could have a good fight here, although Zac hasn't even auto-attacked anything once except that minion. So he didn't really play that properly. And his red buff just went away, so I went ahead and pinged it back. I have a pot rolling. so that when I turn into Mega, I should have a good amount of health and still be regenerating while I turn.
And I'm just farming here.
You waste the Q, that's a nice time to engage. Make sure not to miss the cannon. And here I'm about to turn to Mini, so I back off immediately and I ping the Zac back. Because when you do, you have to keep in mind that as Mega Gnar, you're a beast. But when you go back to Mini, you're mouse. Okay, you are nothing. You can die easily at level 4. So again, I expected the gank. I went down to pretend to ward, and sure enough, there's Nautilus, and I'm getting camped. What's his name is out of mana though, so I say, you know what? He's not going to go any further. And I go back into lane with my pot. Nautilus is out of mana. Maybe he has enough for only one more Dreadline, or whatever the hell it's called. And this dude is just sticking in my lane. Just dodge the hook. He's out of mana. I could have gone a little more aggressive here, but I stuttered my auto twice there. If I had a ward, it would have been better. Nautilus has CC with his basic attack, so I didn't chase any further, because his auto attack would have rooted me down, giving Nautilus or Hecarim enough time to come back. And Hecarim at 400 health, me at 400 health against the Nautilus and a Hecarim, I lose unless I'm about to go Mega. So we're just farming here. I'm not gonna fast forward it that much, so it might be a longer video, specifically because you need to see how to harass his Gnar in lane. Again, I'm gonna use my triple proc here to kill the cannon. Or no, I don't use it for the cannon. I try and use my W and I fail. So don't forget what you can do here, and I'm going to show you right now, is to show exactly when you're going to turn to Mega and when you're not going to turn to Mega. Right here. We'll see it coming up right here. So on the bottom left hand side you see no going back. Gnar is about to transform. So you can slowly see that the little bar that's going in a circle. So that's when you know you're going to turn into Mega. And you got to keep an eye on that. Some people don't know. Or unless you use a spell, for that matter. Since I used a spell thinking I can get the kill, I messed it up. Alright, so, how much gold do I have? I should have a little over a K. I don't have a little over a K, I have 937. Thought I had a little over a K. I have 27 farm to his 36, 28 to his 36. Pretty poor, not good, but... whatever. He recalls here, or at least assume he recalls. I miss another 2 creeps. I should be over 1k now. Alright, I'm at 1055, which is perfect for a Warden's Mail, which is exactly what you get first in this scenario. Flex point, why no Giant Spell? Because as Mini Gnar, you need raw defensive stats. Okay. The health is great, but if you don't have armor against Hecarim, you will lose. Especially with Ignite, so yeah. And it has a really good passive. His passive is really good against someone like Hecarim. Alright, so he goes aggressive here. I see that he's going to do it, so I hop even before he uses his W. Alright, so he comes in deep, and he's tanking my minions now. And I'm going to get my slows off, get my wallet passive, and proc it. And I officially won the trade right there. Okay. Both level 6. Again, you have to keep in mind when your opponent has Ignite, because Ignite against Gnar, Mini Gnar, is really strong. Alright, so I see an opportunity to go in there. I would have gone in and ultied, but I said, you know what? He's pushing the wave, he's got a big wave there. I'm going to go ahead and let him shove in. Alright, so auto attack, get the third proc, run back into my minions. I'm going to farm so it doesn't go into the turret. Auto attack him once, auto attack him twice, 3 times. Just like that, auto attack and hit it. You have to hit the minions twice, by the way, under the turret, and I even missed that. Your leap has a 17-second cooldown, so it's not that smart to waste it like that. Again, get another proc, dealing some good damage. I'm level 7, he's level 6, and I'm looking to fight him as soon as I turn into Mega, which is going to be soon. Alright, so ways to engage as Gnar are to use your leap, which lets you jump over a minion and acts as if you're a Mini Gnar, and that's exactly what I do here. It doesn't matter what minion or what it is, as long as it's a unit. So I bait it out like I'm going to kill that minion, hop in, get him with the slow, pop the ulti, into the W, into a Q, GG. Okay. Really easy. Level 6 Mega Gnar ulti is really strong. Like, people underestimate that as well. 250 damage if you knock him into a wall, and then it gives you enough time to throw all your combinations. It's really good. So here it is in real time. Really, really high burst. Against a Hecarim who has no armor. Oh yeah, dropping the BM of course. And you just farm. He doesn't have TP, so you hard shove the lane. And don't forget, you can also use your hop or your leap to proc your passive, so keep that in mind. So right here, I'm gonna use it, and it'll proc it also. Next thing I get is I think I get Tabi. Okay, no, I go for the giant spell, so I can rush the Randuins. Alright, looking at Hecarim. Hecarim scales off his movement speed. His AD scales off movement speed. So, naturally, if you lower the movement speed, it lowers the bonus AD he gets. Which is why Frozen Mallet, items like Frozen Mallet and Randuins are really effective. And that's exactly why a champion like Gnar is effective. Because he slows movement speed with his Q. Alright, so as soon as he hops, as soon as he gets the charge ready, I don't even like give him time to hit me with it. I automatically go in. He sees I'm about to turn Mega, and he knew he got stunned, so he just popped his ultimate. I didn't even have my ulti there, so... I mean, I don't think I would have killed him. I would have gotten him down pretty low, but he would have just ultied away anyway. Stop the recall. I just turned into mini, so I'm not in any scenario to be diving here. He does have TP, so he uses it to come back into lane. And I'm just farming. I still have a pot, so I'm going to go ahead and pot up as soon as I see him. Because I was like, I'll recall, but then I didn't have enough for anything, so I said, you know what, I'm going to stay. I'll pop my pot, and I'll go back to farming. Really easy to harass under tower against a melee like this. Just simply stay out of turret range, and proc autos. Now already, again, this guy's below half health, and he's going to have to recall again. And I just hit Mega Gnar, so I get my health bonus. It's good. And I still have my pot. I do have Mega Gnar, but... I mean, I do have Gnar, but it's kind of risky to do since I'm about to turn to mini. So I simply go back to mini and go back to harassing him as ranged. There's different scenarios where mini Gnar is better than super Gnar. I mean Mega Gnar. When they're under tower, it's a lot better to be mini. If they're in lane, it's a lot better to be Mega. Now I have enough to finish my Randuins, and I do that. Get another pot, go back into lane. I see the TP from Hecarim right there at the bottom tri-bush. So immediately I stop and I TP on next to the Twitch, but then I see that he cancels it, so I cancel mine. And I'm fighting this guy again. Now he didn't respect my damage, so he let me auto attack him 7 times for free. 9 times for free. So I pop my Randuins and I'm fighting him again. I believe he gets away though because I use my leap here. Yeah, there you go. And he uses ultimate. I was gonna flash there, but then I was like, nah, he's just gonna get away. So again, I'm just getting this guy out of lane like crazy. I know he has to recall, so I'm gonna AFK shove. I'm gonna shove it really hard. Recall, came back into lane with home guards. So now it's making him recall isn't gonna be that big of a deal since he does have his home guards. Alright, so I go ahead and give the tower a couple of smacks. I already have Randuin, so he doesn't deal that much damage. Give him the stun while I disengage, and go back to farming. He's gonna have to recall again, but it doesn't matter because he has home guards. He comes to try and find me. I use Randuins to get the slow. He wastes his devastating charge, or I forgot what it's called, rampage or something. And I can fight him a little bit. And I proc the passive there. So he's at about 400 health. I'm at about 1.1k. Now I'm going to harass him with a tower, or even take the tower. I see Nautilus, so I say, you know what? I already got the tower from the minions. I'm going to go ahead and try and fight here. But he gets away, of course, and Zac didn't really help much. It didn't matter because he had his ultimate. Alright, so next thing you get here, there are different scenarios, there are different like things you can do. Alright, what you can do here, and both of them, both items will help you, are what you can get second is a Frozen Mallet, or you can get a Black Cleaver. Frozen Mallet, a little more defensive / offensive. Cleaver's strictly offensive. Mallet defensive. Why? Because it gives you a ton of health. It gives you a nice passive. But yeah, mostly that. A ton of health and a nice passive. So I think that's more defensive than the Black Cleaver, obviously. But again, the Mallet has a really nice passive against him. I get baited here because I used my leap already, and I thought that I can like leap in as Mega, but the cooldown was quite long. So I was like, dang, I got baited. But it's whatever. AFK farming here. I get my combo, but it doesn't really matter much because he does have his tab eye. So he's a little more tankier now. Switch to mini, start fighting him again. Alright, he gets a nice little ulti off, almost kill him. Barely lived, but it's fine with me, you know. We're even in farm. I got a kill. I'm gonna be tankier than he is. I'm alright with that. Alright, I knew he had home guard, so I had to shove this lane in pretty quickly. I did respect his damage, so I went ahead and backed off there. I gave him the respect he deserved. And not really to him, but mostly the champion, because he does have Ignite. But again, next thing I'm going to finish the Tabi and then go for the Mallet here, unless I just get the... Yeah, I get the pickaxe. I could have finished the Tabi and that would have been okay also, but... I get the pickaxe there because it is like the second most expensive component. And I take the red buff. Oh, and they forfeited, sorry. Anyways, yeah, that was the game. Really short game, 20-minute game. I mean, these games are going to be kind of short, these next couple videos, because they forfeited at 20. I apologize I wasn't able to get you a full game to help demonstrate team fighting. I did give you a little, teleport there. You can look back at it. Alright, so I saw an opportunity to TP in the back right here. Really nice ward coverage. And as mini Gnar, because that's what I'm TPing as, this is okay. Alright, you know, Leona and Nautilus are tangled up right now with the Diana. Lux is in the back really low. Meaning I can get away as mini Gnar. Joining in a little late. I turn over to Nautilus. But they didn't really need me. But again, where I TP'd in the back is where you would want to TP as Mega. But again, I was mini Gnar, their tanks were a little tangled up, so I was able to get away with a poor TP as mini. As mini Gnar, that was probably not the best way of TPing in. But it was okay, it was sufficient. Alright, mostly from this video what I want you to gather is how to lane against the Hecarim and how to harass him and how to use like your kiting and your kit to stay away from him while he's engaging. But this was my Gnar versus Hecarim game. Hecarim with Ignite TP. I took Flash TP. I did get a kill in lane. Looking at the ending CS numbers, 147 to 141. He had more CS, but I'm going to chop that off as the first wave while I was taking the Wolf Camp, which was basically a wave of 6 minions. So I guess I'll give that to him. Pretty even. I didn't get to finish the Mallet, but I was going to have Randuin's and Mallet done by the time he finished his Triforce. He had his Triforce completed right there, but still, like I was definitely going to be a lot stronger than he was. Things you can do differently are second item, go Cleaver, but the first item has to be a Randuin's. If you're ever against someone AD, it has to be Randuin's. I've tried Black Cleaver Rush, I've tried Triforce Rush, Blazing King Rush, Youmuu's Rush. I've tried everything rushed on Gnar, and Randuin's is the best bet. It's defensive, it's tanky, has a nice passive, and that has a nice active. Second item you can work with, but first item, Randuin's. Anyways, I hope this video helps you. If you have any questions, leave them in the comment section or go to my stream and go there. Ask me there. I've been asked to make a Gnar guide. Not gonna make it soon. Not gonna make it anytime soon for the reason that I haven't played him enough. I played him a lot, but I need to play him a lot more. I will say my Rumble guide is in the making though. So if you're interested in learning Rumble, you can definitely look into the guide when it gets released. But yeah, good luck, and I'll see you guys later. Thank you for watching.